Welcome everyone. Welcome to another review of another, I think I'm going to call it contact wargaming. Similar to contact karate in terms of the fact that contact wargaming deals with the actual physical firing of weapons to destroy the enemy, as well as combining traditional wargaming, which will have some dice and other things, but which tends to be very boring, mostly done with Napoleonic figures. But we'll get into that later as we get it. But here's the actual Dino Rise. And it's this particular figures. As you can see here, let's turn it on the back. And this is kit 7629, since these things aren't really named, which makes things a little annoying. And here's what you get. This is the back of the box. That's what's in here, and we're going to put this together. Should be a very easy build. Here's the side of the box. What's it look like? But this is a great figure. I kind of, I think it's Rook, or I did some other actual dinosaur type figures that have rockets on them. You can hunt for that actual review of those. And these are pretty cool, and they were very cheap to get these initially. It's amazing how expensive some of this stuff is. But these are two little dinosaurs. I think it's the Zuruk, which they come in little eggs and so forth, which is kind of a pain as well and very wasteful to put all these papers together. This is the new thing, but I'm not a fan of that. I do like boxes. I like taking things out of boxes and the packages they come in, but I'm not particularly crazy about having lots of stuff to open. I think that's kind of childish, and I'm not even sure that children enjoy that. So let's open this puppy up and see what we've got in here. Okay, got those pieces. Here's the instructions. Not sure why this comes. Okay, that's kind of interesting. If I got that, I tend to be too close sometimes. Drop that out of the way. But so this is in the box like this, which is kind of cool. You're getting this little, oddly enough, it's kind of got a city back here, and that almost looks like Los Angeles. But it comes in this little container. Maybe that's part of the stories that go with this. There does seem to be some sort of stories, even though there isn't really cartoons or anything that I know of. But there does seem to be that. So it comes in this, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure what I can do with that. It's probably a cool background somehow, but it's kind of odd. Here's the figure that comes with it. SemiNormal. Look at that face. If we can get a close-up of it here. Still got those Playmobil eyes, but with the glasses and everything else and the beard, it looks like it's almost a normal figure. Of course, this is an kind of a copy or rip-off of Jurassic Park, obviously, and these are figures that are taking that type of motive. Okay, here's the, and it's got the usual articulation that you get with all these Playmobil figures, which is bad. But, you know, they do have some neat little extras. Like here, this dinosaur is kind of cool, and it is articulated. You can move all the feet, and it looks like the jaw opens. Yeah, well, that's a pretty cool little dinosaur figure. Well done there. As I said, I would like to see Playmobil make figures that, two types of figures are real human, and there's zombie moron freaks that they offer if that's what you want to collect. Why you'd want to collect something like that, I have no idea. But, you know, maybe in the past when they made it like that, that was something you wanted. But, you know, let's do some updating, guys. Okay, here's the instructions. 7629 Dino Rise. Let's open this up. Together with his 5 friends, Ian embarks on a heroic journey in which they discover long extinct dinosaurs at a legendary rock called Dino Rock. How convenient. The gigantic animals team up with the teenagers and prepare for attack with the help of Uncle Rob. And prepare for attack. A battle commences against the evil human-controlled machines to protect, defend, and save the dinosaurs. So it's kind of a skewed little story there, but interesting. And of course, who doesn't love dinosaurs? Dinosaurs and this in a serious wargaming or contact wargaming system that I'm putting together. Dinosaurs are going to play a major part in it, as well as some of the tools that you can use. And here's some cool graphics. At the bottom there, you'll see the characters. Samu, Alal, Ela, Milo, Jaden, Kaiden, what is that? Uncle Rob, which is the figure I have. So I guess that's Uncle Rob. So, and here's a whole, I don't know if you can, there we go. Showing a whole action scene. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's some cool stuff. And so Cool Uncle, which is this particular guy, the clever one of the Dino team, owner of Relic Ranch, a scrapyard in the Texas desert, knows the legend of Dino Rock and has been telling it to teenagers since their childhood. Supports the teenagers in building combat equipment to fight the enemy. So that's what, not the dinosaur, but Uncle Rob. I think that's pretty cool. Assembling new. Assembly made easy. Which is what I like. I don't like assembling, as I've said. I like to get my stuff out and start using it. It is nice to have kind of parts. Here's the assembly we'll get into right now. It is nice to have parts which you can mix and match to a large degree. It would have been nice if this dino was a little bigger. They do have bigger dinos, and we will, but they do seem to be in their other sets, and I have one of those, which we'll be showing here in the near future. Trying to catch up on all the toy videos I've had sitting here for a while. So you can put the tools on old Uncle Rob. It does seem like these are scale compatible. It's kind of cool. So those mix real well if you want to use other ones, which I always like to do. Whole idea with contact gaming is the fact that you can use all these different tools together into one game that allows you a great diversity depending on what comes on the market, what you have, etc. So these are all the tools. Let's get down here and get a good shot of these. And of course, these clip right onto his belt here. So he has a belt with all these tools on there. This is something, of course, that in full contact gaming, we're probably not going to use, even though you could put these into play in a creative way. Let's pull back a little. But they clip on his belt, and there's a whole bunch of them here. You can put there what you want. Let's move on to the next thing. Apparently, there's also a... here's a toolbox, which you just clip right in. Looks like it's those push... here's a technical book. This is better than most of their stuff, even though there is really no writing there that you can see. But the picture printed is better than most, and that goes with him as well. Let's pull these out of the way so people don't get a little bit confused. Then we'll move on to the next, which is setting up the actual shooting missiles that go on the dinosaur. So this goes on first. Now, one of the... okay, how's that? Okay, well, that clips in really nice. These didn't. They don't clip in very nice, and they don't stay on well. So when you play with these, they're going to fall off. So that's one of the gripes with these. And they weren't overly... well, this set was fairly cheap, but I mean, they're fairly expensive for something that doesn't clip on them well. It stays on them okay, but not really well. So this clipped right on, so you get that you tend to get that good quality with and the plastic and the making of these. Certainly Playmobil does that well. This goes on here. Oops. See here.